In my 100 years of practice, Dr. Hinohara begins, I've seen how food shapes fate. Not all meats are created equal. Some age you silently, feeding inflammation, joint pain, memory fog. Others, they can preserve muscle, soothe your heart, and sharpen your mind. Today I'll share the 4 worst meats for people over 60, and 4 better choices that nourish longevity. We'll save the best one, a food I've eaten for decades, for last. After 60, your body changes how it digests and responds to meat. What once built strength may now spike blood pressure or trigger inflammation. Dr. Hinohara explains, the body's fire burns slower. The wrong meats throw smoke into the lungs, not warmth into the bones. But aging doesn't mean cutting all meat. It means choosing wisely. 1. Processed bacon. When we eat, we either heal or we harm. That's something I've come to believe after watching generations rise and fall. And if I could gently urge older adults to rethink just one familiar food, it would be this: bacon. It's crispy, comforting. For many, it brings back warm memories. Saturday mornings, grandkids, the smell filling the kitchen. But inside the body of a 60-year-old or 70-year-old, bacon is not nostalgic. It's inflammatory. The problem isn't just the fat. It's how it's treated. Most supermarket bacon is injected with nitrates and sodium, preservatives that make it last longer, but also burden the arteries and kidneys. And when cooked at high heat, bacon produces compounds called advanced glycation end products, or AGEs, toxins that stiffen the blood vessels and inflame joint tissue. A large meta-analysis published in Circulation followed over 1.2 million adults. It found that just 2 strips of processed meat per day raised heart disease risk by 42%. That's not a feast, that's a snack. Yet it comes with serious consequences. I remember one patient, Harold, 72, widowed former firefighter. He ate bacon every morning for the flavor, he said. But when we cut it out and replaced it with lightly sauteed, my ankles don't swell anymore, he told me, and I sleep through the night. You don't have to abandon joy, but the bacon most people eat today isn't the same as what your grandfather cooked in a cast iron pan 60 years ago. Ask yourself, does your breakfast give you energy or inflammation? 2. Deli meats. Not all poisons are bitter. Some are sliced thin and served cold. Many older adults reach for turkey slices or ham, thinking they're making a smart choice. Low fat, no frying, easy on the stomach. But deli meats are some of the most misleading foods in the grocery aisle, especially for seniors. Even lean options like sliced turkey or roast beef are often preserved with nitrites, phosphates, and up to 4 times the daily recommended sodium, hidden behind words like cured or smoked. These preservatives don't just affect taste. They increase blood pressure, disrupt gut bacteria, and, most importantly, place extra stress on kidneys that may already be aging. A 2016 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors who ate deli meat 4 times a week had a 28% higher risk of chronic kidney disease. One patient still stays in my heart. Raylene, 70. Her husband, a retired pilot, had eaten turkey sandwiches every weekday for 20 years. He didn't smoke. He exercised. But his blood pressure crept up, and his kidneys showed early signs of decline. We didn't think to question the meat between the bread until we did. We thought we were doing it right, Raylene said. But those little plastic tubs in the fridge, they were quietly undoing us. The fix was simple. Roast chicken breasts at home once a week. Add olive oil, lemon, herbs, slice and store. Cleaner, fresher, and full of flavor, without the burden. Food safety matters more as we age. The older immune system isn't as forgiving. Take a look in your fridge. Are your cold cuts supporting your health, or slicing it thin? 3. Grain-fed beef. In Japan, we say the body becomes what it digests, not just what it eats. For many, beef symbolizes strength. A hearty steak, a Sunday roast. It feels grounding. But after 60, strength doesn't come from bulk. It comes from what your body can actually process and repair. Grain-fed beef, the kind found in most supermarkets and fast food, is a hidden source of inflammation in older adults. Why? Because it's rich in omega-6 fats, fed through corn-based diets, and cooked at high temperatures. This combination leads to ages, advanced glycation end products, toxins that act like rust in your joints and blood vessels. In a 2017 study from the British Journal of Nutrition, older adults who ate high-age meats had 34% higher levels of inflammatory markers, particularly in the knees, hips, and hands. One man I counseled, Gordon, 75, a retired deacon, used to eat steak every Friday night. He said the pain in his fingers made it hard to open his Bible. We didn't remove beef altogether, we swapped. He began using grass-fed cuts, marinated in lemon and herbs, and slow-cooked instead of grilled. My morning hand pain, it just faded, he told me. I didn't think food could do that. It's not about becoming vegetarian. It's about becoming inflammatory aware. If beef is part of your tradition, keep it. But choose versions your 60-plus body can handle. Grass-fed, marinated. Low heat, cooked. You don't need to give up meat, just the kind that fights your joints from the inside. 4. Rotisserie chicken, pre-marinated or supermarket injected. The danger isn't always in what you eat. Sometimes it's in what was added without your knowledge. Rotisserie chicken. Warm, convenient, seasoned just right. It feels like a wholesome choice. But for aging kidneys and blood vessels, it may quietly do more harm than good. Supermarket rotisserie chickens are often injected with phosphate preservatives, sodium enhancers, and flavor-boosting chemicals to keep them juicy for days under heat lamps. These additives, especially inorganic phosphates, disrupt calcium balance, stress the kidneys, and may even accelerate vascular calcification, essentially turning soft arteries into stiff pipes. In a 2013 study published in the Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology, researchers found that seniors consuming high levels of phosphate additives had a significantly faster decline in the kidney function. One of my patients, Rosa, age 68, believed she was eating clean. She'd stopped frying, avoided red meat, but ate rotisserie chicken from the big box store 3 nights a week. After reviewing her lab results, I showed her the ingredient label. "Why does my chicken have 9 ingredients?" she asked, eyes wide. We replaced it with home-roasted bone-in chicken, seasoned with herbs and sea salt. Within weeks, her phosphate levels normalized, and the leg swelling she had dismissed as just age began to recede. The solution isn't harder, it's simpler. Chicken should taste like chicken, not a chemistry project. Next time you're at the store, pause before reaching for convenience. What's really inside that golden brown skin? 5. Wild salmon. The brain is like a candle. After 60, it needs the right oil to keep burning clear and bright. If I could recommend just one meat for older adults to eat regularly, it would be wild salmon. Unlike many meats that inflame, salmon calms. It's rich in omega-3 fatty acids, natural compounds that coat your blood vessels like Teflon, keeping them smooth and flexible. These fats also protect the brain from silent inflammation, which researchers now believe contributes to memory decline and even depression in older adults. A 2019 Harvard study followed 3,428 seniors for 6 years. Those who ate wild salmon just twice a week had a 23% lower risk of cognitive decline. That's 2 meals, not 2 miracles. In Okinawa, where many live past 90, salmon is more than food. It's a ritual, grilled gently, shared slowly, honored as medicine. I remember Jin, 67, an Okinawan American who came to my clinic after feeling foggy and tired after meals. He'd stopped eating fish years ago, preferring chicken and toast. We reintroduced wild salmon at lunch, baked with ginger and citrus. It's not just a meal, he told me later. It brings me back to myself. For older adults, salmon does 3 quiet things. Protects memory, supports the heart, thins the blood naturally, so always check if on blood thinners. And please, choose wild, not farmed. The omega balance is different, the benefits far deeper. Next time you plan your week, ask yourself, does your menu feed your memory or fog it? 6. Organic chicken thighs. Muscles are not just for movement, they are the banks that store your vitality. After 60, one of the quietest threats to independence is muscle loss. It doesn't announce itself, not at first. You just feel a little weaker getting out of the chair. a little slower on the stairs. Most people think chicken breast is the healthiest option, but the part of the bird that actually supports strength in older adults? The thigh. Dark meat contains more taurine, zinc, and B vitamins, nutrients that protect muscle fibers, stabilize metabolism, and aid cellular repair. Unlike white meat, it's less processed, more forgiving in cooking, and retains its nutrients better when simmered slowly. A 2020 study in the Journal of Gerontology found that seniors with higher taurine intake had significantly better mobility scores and lower risk of sarcopenia. Age-related muscle wasting. Esther, 69, was a ballroom dancer who came to me after experiencing leg fatigue mid-class. She'd been on a strict white meat-only diet for years, thinking it was safest. We made a gentle shift, 3 organic chicken thighs per week, slow-cooked with rosemary and garlic. 3 weeks in, she smiled during her check-in. I didn't need to sit down once during practice. My legs feel like mine again. Cooking tip: simmer, stew, or roast bone in. Avoid frying or blackening. High heat ruins the good. This isn't about choosing between breast or thigh. It's about asking, which part of the chicken is choosing you back? 7. Lamb. A clear mind begins with rich blood, and rich blood begins with what's on your plate. Lamb often gets overlooked, seen as rich, indulgent, or unfamiliar. But for adults over 60, lamb may be one of the most supportive meats for energy, clarity, and circulation. It's naturally high in hemi-iron, the form of iron most easily absorbed by aging digestive systems. It also contains carnosine, a compound that protects brain cells from oxidation, supports muscle endurance, and regulates blood sugar. Think of carnosine like motor oil for your mitochondria, keeping the engines of your cells clean and running smoothly. A 2022 study in the Nutrients Journal found that older adults who included lamb in their diet 1 to 2 times per week had significantly improved hemoglobin levels and scored higher on cognitive recall tests. Not because of supplements, but real, nutrient-dense food. Douglas, 74, a retired history teacher, came to me concerned about brain fog. He couldn't remember student names, and reading left him drained. We added just 2 servings of lean, rosemary-seasoned lamb each week, paired with leafy greens for iron absorption. The fog started to lift, he said. I could follow conversations again without drifting. Important. Choose lean cuts, avoid overcooking, pair with vitamin C-rich foods, like lemon or greens, to absorb iron. If you have gout, talk to your doctor before increasing red meats. This isn't about eating more, it's about choosing what fuels clarity. Could a forgotten meat help you feel like yourself again? 8. Sardines. When you are young, food builds. But after 60, food must also repair. Sardines may not be glamorous, but for older adults, they are one of nature's most complete healing packages. Just 3.5 ounces, about 1 small can, delivers a powerful mix of calcium, vitamin D, omega-3s, and CoQ10. These nutrients work together to strengthen bones, protect the heart, and improve blood vessel flexibility, like rewiring the body's electrical system with smoother, safer cables. In a 2015 study from the National Institutes of Health, seniors who consumed sardines 3 times a week showed significant improvement in endothelial function, meaning better circulation and less arterial stiffness. And here's the beauty. Sardines contain small, soft bones that provide natural calcium. No pills, no additives. Luce, 71, a retired nurse, was skeptical at first. She had taken calcium supplements for years, but still suffered from leg cramps and fatigue. After adding sardines to her diet 3 times a week, rinsed, lemon-spritzed, served on rye toast, the difference surprised her. I started eating them for my bones, she said, laughing. But what came back was my clarity. I just felt sharper. Tips for seniors. Rinse to reduce sodium. Choose BPA-free cans. If on blood pressure meds, talk to your doctor. Sardines are naturally high in potassium and magnesium. Some healing foods don't look fancy, but they work. Ask yourself, what's one humble food you've avoided that might actually hold the key to better circulation? Longevity, Dr. Hinohara once said, isn't about resisting death. It's about respecting life. especially in what we eat. After 60, every meal becomes more than just fuel. It becomes information. A quiet message you send to your joints, your heart, your memory. You've now seen both sides, the meats that inflame and exhaust, and the ones that strengthen, soothe, and restore. No, you don't have to give up bacon forever, or swear off every cold cut. But now you know the difference, and that gives you power. Like Harold, who traded bacon for avocado and found better sleep. Like Raylene, who swapped deli meat for roasted chicken and protected her husband's kidneys. Like Esther, Jin, Luz, Douglas, each made just one change. Not a diet, a decision. The question isn't, should I eat meat? It's, which meats still love me back? If this video helped you reflect, or even just rethink one item in your fridge, I invite you to subscribe to the Healthy Aging Hub. We focus on foods that heal, not just hype, and maybe send this video to someone you cook for, or someone who still eats the same way they did at 40, but deserves to feel better at 70. Because aging isn't the enemy, disconnection is. And food, real food, is how we reconnect.